We all know him as the Ninja Tech admin, but even in his short description he can't decide what to be called. Who is AquaMeez? Is it one person or multiple people? In this documentary, we will look at all evidence that points to Aqua not being just one person, but multiple people throughout the years of his use on Meez. This is the 7 Seas Conspiracy Theory. In 2008, when Aqua started his job, he was very different from the ranting, know-it-all, big shot we know today. In fact, he was among us, just like a regular user, but always ready to lend a helping hand when someone is in need. He was a rather nice person, always chilling with the Meezes. Why is the new Aqua so cold and different? It's almost as if he's a different person. The only thing that hasn't really changed much about Aqua over the years is his catchphrase. Howdy, folks, are the 2 words he always uses no matter the decade he's in. But why would a ninja use a word like howdy in the first place? Is he a cowboy? We sit down with someone who claims to be the first Aqua to find out.
Back then, Meez was fun. I was sat down in a big old office, dang old giant old good old view, I tell you what. It was real fun, I give it that. They asked me to come up with a catchphrase, so I would seem like a real person. The heck? God damn it, I forgot to chain my horse up. I'ma lose that thing!
Yes, Aqua was quite a kind person. Everyone adored him, and it may very well be the reason Aqua is adored so much today. His kindness radiated throughout the room, everyone admired him. When they asked him to go to his room for a party, he would oblige. He really connected with the Meezes, and we all had a great time. So did Aqua slowly become more mean, or is there some room for theory here? What is causing Aqua's harshness, his lack of kindness and affection for his job he supposedly loves so much? We sit down with a girl with the alias definitely not Lynn, to discuss Aqua and his changing behaviors over the years.
When I sat down in the room with him on January 4th, 2013. Shit, can you guys disguise my voice?
There. When I sat down with him and asked him about me, he said who several times.
There's a few possibilities here. One is that he was angry with her, so he said who in retaliation. The other is that he legitimately did not know who she was, because that was our first Aqua replacement.
You know, people ask me, why would he be mad at you? In 2012, I wrote a letter that basically told him his life was worthless. This created intense feelings between us two. He was angry.
Why do you keep putting my voice normal?
I said keep it in disguise.
Because it's sexy. Anyway, Aqua may be cold because he was mistreated. But there are more things in this interview that don't add up. Meez is a brand. A company. They don't want to look bad by constantly firing their employees now, do they? That doesn't look good by any record. And what Aqua does is not easy by any means. There's plenty of room for mistakes, and one too many leads you right out the door.
If anyone knows random, useless trivia about Aqua, it's me. I would follow him, I would send him love letters, I would ask him questions, always stay with him when he was in the room. I would ask him things like, what's your favorite food? What's your favorite color? His favorite food is pizza, and his favorite color is purple.
But a few weeks ago from the making of this video, Aqua was seen in Jim's hometown gym, explaining to a lot of questioning Meezes that definitely not Lynn doesn't know anything about him.
We all know what nothing means. 0. I mean, the guy's a computer scientist. He knows nothing means nothing at all. And I think we're onto something. On the forums, Aqua mentions in a post that buying healthy food is important. But pizza isn't healthy. As I said before, it's one of his favorite foods.
With the Meteor admin's post to back Lynn's claim up, we see it was last edited in 2016. That means the Aqua replacement, which clearly prefers healthy food over unhealthy food, was recently put in the job. That's why he says definitely not Lynn doesn't know anything about him, because she doesn't. It's a different Aqua altogether. In a video posted on August 13, 2016, we see Aqua admit something about himself. This Aqua is an alien. Of course he doesn't like pizza and unhealthy food, only an alien wouldn't. Remember the first Aqua we talked to? He is a cowboy, not an alien. You can't be both. It's against the rules. You may wonder if Aqua isn't himself. How many Aquas are there? The theory leads to 7. That is the maximum allowed number of Aquas to be hired. Why? Aqua is portrayed as a white European male. Aqua means water, so we are close. When we combine water with European, we find something. It leads us to the 7 seas, something from European medieval culture. Remember, Aqua is portrayed as a European male. It all makes sense. The number 7 must be the maximum number of Aquas allowed, but what happens when the 7th Aqua is hired? We see AquaMeez has no plans to close down, ever. That means even during the apocalypse, AquaMeez will stay open. This can only mean one thing. AquaMeez is part of their own new world order and they will destroy the world with all 7 Aquas. But how? But why? In a post on a thread called AquaMeez Myths, Aqua explains how there's definitely not laser tigers in the office. Do you expect us, the people of the AquaMeez Republic, to be this stupid? Usually when you say there's definitely not something, there usually is. Definitely not. Lynn had a lot to say about this concept when asked.
San Francisco is a weird place. Something is off in that city. I mean, it's disgusting. Why would anyone want to live there? I theorize that there's some sort of prophecy in it, pointing towards Aqua as one of the key elements in the apocalypse.
To find out if AquaMeez is going to destroy the world with the Aquas or not, we had to ask the original cowboy Aqua if there were any leads he could give us.
I'll get to it in a minute. What do you think about them replacing you with a meaner person and painting you as a meaner person than what you really are? My first thought was, what in Permaban Nation? I mean Tarnation? So, who were you replaced with? Well, there was this guy. I gotta go. These notes really, I don't know if they're child support at this point. This is ridiculous, really.
We travel to LA to see one of the fired AquaMeezes. He too has been replaced.
It was a tough job, and I definitely didn't know what was going on or why this girl was obsessed with me. I never met her in my life.
Why do they keep replacing you?
I can't discuss that.
In 2011, Aqua claimed to be 27 years old. It was on his profile. But his music tastes puts him back a decade earlier than what he would like if he were actually 27 in that time period. He likes a lot of 80s songs on his profile, but in the 80s he would have been a small child. Why does he like such obscure songs for an 80s child? He would be in diapers, not singing about Vegemite sandwiches.
I definitely was older than the guy who worked before me. It was hard to keep up the identity without contradicting myself.
Yeah, one question, why Vegemite sandwiches, though?
Hey, why don't you shut the fuck up and mind your own business?
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to...
It's a sensitive topic, okay?
This Aqua replacement is right. There is an age contradiction with Aqua's choices in music. He claims to be much younger than he really is.
I definitely know a bit about him. He's a white straight male from San Francisco. He scripts, he likes Naruto, he does that stupid Naruto run when nobody's looking, and he likes pizza and burgers. He said I know nothing about him. I said he likes Coldplay. It's on his favorites. But nothing means nothing. The new Aqua replacement is probably black and likes Future or Drake. When I wrote that mean, horrific letter to him, he was very angry. He told me he did not forgive me, and in 2017, he wrote me a virus.
Lynn was browsing on Me's forums and went to Aqua's posts. A virus popped up.
I think Black Aqua is mad that I assumed his race. It just doesn't make sense. Why isn't Aqua still angry with me for the letter? He always treated it as something unforgivable.
The Seven Seas conspiracy states that the new Aqua has been hired 3 times already. This new Aqua has no recollection of the letter, so therefore no reason to be upset.
Oh yeah, she wrote that letter to me. I was upset because I didn't even know this girl. Who was she telling me these hateful things? I didn't know that her and the older Aqua had something.
We didn't really have anything. Not that he'd remember anyway, considering it's not even the same Aqua as before. I wonder what the original Aqua is doing now.
Woo-wee! Howdy, folks! Yee-haw!
Aqua isn't just connected to water by just his name. He takes a keen liking to his beaches. He always had the beach for his room. He owned Party Island. He is speaking to us. Perhaps a cry for help. Maybe Aqua doesn't want to be used as a tool for world domination. Not only are there 7 seas, there are 7 chakras. Maybe Aqua is connected to the spirit world.
The entire prophecy is related to it. I wouldn't be surprised. Something's going down in San Francisco.
The music, the identities, these don't add up. And Meez knows, and they're hiding it. The furthest we can go back on Aqua's posts is to 2015. What about the other 6 years of his work? Why is it archived? Before you could see it all, but now absolutely not. They know we're on to them, and we're not giving up without an investigation. The new Aqua has recently removed the iconic Men at Work song from his favorites. This means that there's probably another Aqua in the house. One that is not too keen on the old Aqua's music tastes.
I mean, it's his loss.
The age contradictions. The behavioral changes. This doesn't seem like the same person at all. The way Meez hides the older posts to hide the fact he is not the same person. Something isn't adding up. And I'm not talking about the code.
They just told me one day, they said, get out, you're fired. I didn't know what it was about.
Perhaps the admins are trying to rush the end of the world. Maybe they want world dominance quicker than thought. Did you ever notice how Meez's population has dwindled over the years? If that was an accident, how is Meez still up and running? At night, it has about 75 people on at a time. How is Meez competing with IMVU when there's 100,000 people online at a time at any given moment? Did you ever think to consider it was on purpose? The less people on there, the less to figure out that there's an apocalypse coming and the less people to stop them. They want world dominance quicker than thought, so they're going through Aquas like Jamie's goes through condoms.
Meez definitely doesn't like people to know about this. Every time I post my conspiracy post on Meez, it gets deleted way faster than anything else I post.
We know there's definitely at least 2 Aquas, and we know they keep replacing them, but why is Meez trying so hard to cover it up? It must be linked with some end times prophecy. That's why it all adds up to the 7 chakras. They're trying to take over the spirit world and the waters of Earth. So now, the question is this. Why would Meez want to take over the world?
Honestly, I think the answer is simple. Revenge.
Sean Ryan is the man who created Meez. He has a history with Yahoo. And what is Yahoo? A search company that failed to Google. Google is now one of the biggest companies in the world. Yahoo had lost that spot. It also had several database leaks throughout the years. It really is failing. But when you fail in the online world, you can win in the real one. If AquaMeez takes over the world, they can enforce communism to the world and force us all to use Yahoo. Google is worth about $498 billion today. Yahoo is worth $30 billion. That's a $468 billion loss. It's why they ban people all the time. AquaMeez is just a ploy. This is a bigger deal than we thought. Even Seth Meyers is suspicious of all the bans. So he did a segment of it on A Closer Look.
For more on this, it's time for a closer look. Like ban. It's what you do when you're banning something. Ban. Just say ban. Why isn't he saying ban? Is anyone else here buzzing? Is there a buzzing?
Big bosses kill over big money. It's in the movies, we see it in the paper, hell, Trump does it every day. This is no joke. The Yahoo executives want their revenge.
They're using the 7-season chakras to get power to the entire world. We're doomed if we don't bring this up to everyone and spread the word. We are in grave danger. Just how far is AquaMeez willing to go to cover up the tracks? You can only play with matches for so long until you get burned. Stay vigilant.